Alright, this is Andrew Jelly with Joda Home Inspections. We're here today at 245 North Alta Street in Salt Lake City doing a sewer scope. Today is December 9th, 2019. We've got the camera pushed all the way out to what looks like the main line, the city connection. You can see some running water from neighboring properties. We are going to pull it back, record it, and see what we find. So right off the bat, this first connection is called the nose-on. This is where it goes from your lateral line into the city line. This one looks good. It looks like it's properly connected. It drops into the line from the top, doesn't come into the bottom, which sometimes is how it's installed, and it's more likely for it to back up in that way. So this one looks good. This is a clay line. You can tell by the red hue. About 120 feet out from the access points. I accessed it today through an unfinished bathroom downstairs. There is a clean out. It's covered by drywall, and so if it was facing the other direction, I could have accessed it, but it's just as easy to go where the toilet will go in the bathroom downstairs. Didn't actually pull a toilet, it's just where the toilet would go. And so there's a large drain that I can run my camera through. So far this is looking good. I'm not seeing any standing water, which indicates that you have proper grade. It's one of the most important things is that it drains on its own with gravity, and it doesn't have any spots with bellies where water builds up. Not seeing any roots yet. So this is a cast iron. This is a clean out somewhere out in the yard. It's probably buried. I didn't see one yet. That's interesting. I've never seen one where there's two holes. Usually you'll have a clean out with one pipe so that they can access the line. But it looks like there is cast iron above that, so I don't think it's a hole in the line. I think it's by design. See cast iron on both of those above the hole. We'll talk more about cast iron as we get closer to the house. It'll transition. In this area it's really clear to see that it's clay by the color of the line on the bottom. It's that bright orange color. One of the other things I'm looking at is these transition points on the clay. A lot of times those will separate and you'll get offsets that can catch on debris and cause a backup. That's one of the downsides of clay, but these ones are looking good. It's also where the roots generally come in. Now it's transitioning to cast iron. So the cast iron is going to be the weakest link. It'll get very rough over time and can catch on debris. And so you want to avoid flushing down wet wipes. Even if it says they're disposable, they can get caught. No feminine hygiene products down the sewer line. You don't want to put anything down that you don't have to. And then over time, cast iron will start to flake as well, and it'll eventually need to be replaced. This one's looking pretty decent. still fairly smooth. Starting to have a little bit of flaking, but it's definitely far from the worst that I've seen. Looks pretty typical for the age. The lifespan of it can vary a lot. I've seen some houses built in the 70s that already have to have it replaced, or that have had issues with it, but I've definitely seen a lot of others from even the 20s that are still functional. And so there's a big range on it. So looks like you have a lot of buildup in this area. That could be hair or sludge of some sort. I'm not sure how much actually ties in after that point. I think it might just be, well, I was going to say it might just be the bathroom downstairs, but I don't know if that's true, because you have this main stack which is fed from the bathroom right above it. And so that spot with all the sludge might be a point where you start to get a slow drain and need to have it cleaned. So just to recap, you have clay and cast iron line. It looks pretty good. You didn't have any bellies or flat spots where it was holding water. The cast iron is going to be your weaker link, and eventually it'll need to be replaced, but it looks like it was functioning well today. I didn't even find any roots, just a little bit of buildup, hair or sludge or something, pretty close to the access point in the basement. So that's something you can have cleaned up now, the preventative measure, and that can prevent it from backing up. So I'm going to end this recording now.